Hello, everybody. I've been teaching about health for years, and today I want to talk about this. This is Astaxanthin by Valasta. And for those of you that have been following me over the years, know how I value this so much, and I try to take it every day. It is the true superfood, but it's really a food. It's not a supplement. It's a liquid algae that helps reduce inflammation of the body, which is one of the things that bothers so many people is because of their poor diets, because of their bad lifestyle, they've developed a tremendous amount of inflammation. Well, we naturally want to get it reduced. And the way we're going to do it is two ways. The first way is we want to reduce what's causing the inflammation, so we do need to change our diet and eat a better diet and live a healthier lifestyle. The next best way is to take natural things that are going to keep the inflammation as low as possible and reduce the inflammation as low as possible. Inflammation is shown in the body by a blood test called the CRP, which stands for C-reactive protein. A test specifically, the HSCRP, which is high sensitivity CRP, is a marker that shows us if the inflammation in our body or inflammation is low or high. And this marker should be below 1 or at most 2. Now, people that are sick with major stages of later disease are up in the 50s and 60s, but even the average person might be over 2. But you want to get that down and that lower, and that's going to reduce your overall chances of developing serious major diseases. And that's what astaxanthin does. It's more stronger than turmeric, another natural anti-inflammatory, and it's loaded and loaded with vitamins and nutrients. This stuff works. And there's many types of astaxanthin on the market, but the one that I have is one by a company called Valasta. And they found a way to make this more absorbable to the body through connecting the astaxanthin through glucose, which the body uses when it's digesting food and just breaking down food. So I'm going to show you a testimonial of today by two friends that listened to me. They took the Valasta and they had great improvements with themselves and with others. Now, this comes in this form. This is a red algae, and I don't think it tastes bad, but if you don't like the flavor, they also have them in capsules now. I have them both available on my website. I'll put them below. In the video, my friends mentioned chocolate. Yes, for elderly people that have trouble swallowing the capsules, for children that might not like the flavor, they also come in chocolate squares. I'm not a big fan of chocolate, but if you need to do that to get this in your body, that's great. See, you don't need the capsules. What you could do, I just spray this right in my mouth. It comes in a pump. I pump it right in my mouth, but you could mix it with your food. And the company decided to mix it with chocolate, of all things, just for people to get it in their bodies and not think twice about it. So in this testimonial, they're going to talk about how their children love the chocolate. I believe the liquid algae here in the pump is the strongest version of it. It's what I recommend. I'm going to put link below if you want to order this. I also have the capsules for sale. I don't have the chocolate for sale, but you can go ahead and mix it with chocolate if you want, any chocolate. But get this in your body, folks. That's the point. Here's the testimonial of my friends talking about Valasta astaxanthin. All right, everybody, here we are with Johnny and Brooke, and Johnny and Brooke have ordered the Valasta astaxanthin from my website and been taking it for a while. And do you want to share, maybe, Brooke, how you found out about it, or Johnny, how did you find out about the Valasta astaxanthin?
Actually, through you, Paul. Like, my mom's been vegan. We've been on a spiritual journey, and when you come up with spiritual journey, you realize that your health is wealth. So taking care of y'all's temple, we actually realized that for a precursor to all the poison we've been putting in our body before, and my children have asthma, and we tried, so many different things. My whole family has eczema, and like the Valasta, the chocolate like form of it, the children don't know what they're taking. They don't care. It's chocolate, so it was a blessing for us. And yeah, Brooke's testimony, she'll share hers. But for me, recently, I was actually in the Chicago area, and I met a wife, and her husband is stage 4 terminal, I think, prostate cancer, and he just want to see all the major cities before he dies. And the blessing that I was able to share with her, not that it would cure anything, not that like they had no hope, just that there was a hope that something might slow it down from a 3-month diagnosis to maybe a 3.5-month diagnosis. Like that's my greatest testimony for what it is, an all natural, something that's not invasive, probably nasty to some, but not invasive thing that just give people hope. Because if you know scientifically, a lot of the placebo effects, which is just sugar or water pills, they have just the power of the mind to give you that hope and something to believe in. And I'm truly grateful for it.
Well, did they end up taking it? And how was the result?
We didn't exchange numbers or nothing, but the joy, I'm saying for me, is still, when I think about it, is like, that's what our Messiah came for. Like, sin no more, like how it happened, what had happened, but the belief that you can do it, I think is just as powerful, just as powerful when you've tried everything that there was, and then someone gives you something you never heard of, and it's not invasive. Sure, it may be pricey for some, but just to know it's an easy thing that you could do, it was a blessing for me to share it with others who never heard of it.
Okay, and Brooke, what's the Valasta Astaxanthin done for you?
So a lot, but how it started was my son, who was 4 at the time, and he struggles with asthma and allergies. I believe he was around, he's also allergic to animals. I believe he was around like some dogs or something. The season had got to him. He was completely congested. His nose you could not breathe through your nose at all. And when I tell you, I tried everything from Benadryl to the homeopathic to garlic to everything someone could have suggested, I tried, and my son could not breathe. And I knew I didn't want to bring him to the hospital, but that was when my mother-in-law said, you have to contact Paul, you have to order the Valasta, because we already were on your channel hearing about it, but this was the time to try it. So we had you, whatever the emergency shipping was, you got it right to us. Now this was the liquid, the red liquid. And so we mixed it in some applesauce. I had emailed the lady so she could tell me, being that he was 4, like a safe amount of pumps. We mixed it into the applesauce, and when I tell you, it cleared my son up within, it may have been 24 hours, but I don't think, I had him in the steam in the bathroom. So from that instance, I have trouble pronouncing it, but Astaxanthin, I believe. Astaxanthin. Became his remedy for his allergies and his asthma. It has never let us down, and it's been almost 3 years now. Wow. So then, being that I saw the miraculous, it working in him, it went on to, I'm in my 40s, so I'm starting to get hip pain, especially at nighttime when I start to sleep. And so then I started again, and I was even mixing it in applesauce, which works perfect. It takes the taste out, you just get it right in. And within days, my hip pain, and again, the ibuprofen, the heating pad, none of it would cool that pain. But it did help with the inflammation tremendously. So after that, we began getting the chocolates, because the kids, chocolate for kids, they're gonna, and I honestly started using the chocolates like it was a Flintstone vitamin, because I knew I could feel it was helping with the immunity and just overall colds in the house. So now the Valasta has become like our
daily,
what do you call it?
Daily
Just
regimen.
anytime someone's down in the house, get the Valasta. So I prefer the red oil just because I feel it's the most powerful, but of course the children want the chocolate, but I think it all in all. But my last story that I want to share is because of what it did in our house. I homeschool my kids at home, but I drive Amish for like a part-time gig, if you will, and they do not have access to internet. They don't, they're not out in the world like we are. And my favorite Amish lady, I call her, she's in her 80s. She has 50 grandchildren, 15 kids, and her husband has colon cancer, stage 4 colon cancer, which my mom passed of, so it, touches my heart. And I sat in the driveway with her for 2 hours of, her just crying her heart out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the Valasta, you have to tell him. I told her about the seaweed in the ocean, and she's very holistic herself, but again, she doesn't have access to the internet. So the next day I go home and tell him all about it. I'm like, I have to go to the library. I printed all the testimonies off of the Valasta website, brought them to her. I brought her the bottle that we had at the house. We still had a full bottle of the oil. So I brought that to her and then gave her the website, which she had ordered another bottle. And that was like 3 or 4 months ago. And I just saw her again. And I'm like, hey, how is he? How's everything going? And she was like, he just went and got his blood work for the doctors, and the doctors will not do surgery now because of the tumor shrinking.
Hallelujah.
And I'm like, hallelujah, it worked. So, and then like our local bakery who makes us our challah bread for Sabbath, she has cancer. So I was just able to tell her about it. So she got right on and ordered it. So I'm like, just happy to spread the news, because it's not often that you can find something that works so well.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's just
great. Wonderful. All right, so Valasta Astaxanthin. So you both take it and your children take it.
Yes.
And you're telling everybody.
And it helps
about
with overall energy too. So if you're a coffee drinker or something, it does help with just daily energy.
Yes.
I love it.
All right, well, thank you both. Anything
Thank
else
you.
to share?
Thank you, Paul. No, just he said everything that every herb on the fields and the trees is meant to heal us. So please, if anybody's any doubts, like, the pseudoscience, where's the testimony of
It works.
city children who doctors always write, my doctor said, now, hey, if it ain't if it ain't life or death, y'all's true healing preventive. I'm saying preventive, not stage 4 cancer, guys. Like, we need to start doing preventive maintenance.
Great. All right, thank you very much, both of you.
Shalom.
All right.
Shalom.
Okay, everybody. The testimonials speak for themselves. Below the video, I'm going to put some other video links of people that have amazing testimonies using this. And this is not some infomercial where I don't know the people. Everybody that I've interviewed that has been taking this has wonderful testimonials, and that's what I have in these videos below for you to check out. Just like in today's video, these are people I really know, and they really had the great benefits from the Valasta Astaxanthin, and you will also. So place your order now and check it out. The links are below. Have a great day. Put your comments and questions below as well, and keep healing and keep growing. You can order Valasta Astaxanthin right now at my website, rawlife.com.